What's the origins of the name Europe? The origins of the name Europa go all the way back to the ancient Greeks, to the 8th century BC. The name Europa appears in Homer's Iliad. It's the first time we see that name. And it's talking about the myth where Zeus, the king of the gods, turns himself into a white bull because he's fallen in love with the Phoenician princess Europa. So he turns into the white bull. She's fascinated with the white bull. He then takes her, kidnaps her, swims across the Mediterranean Ocean to Crete, where he reveals himself as the god Zeus. He then seduces her and they have a baby. That baby is King Minos of Crete, the legendary mythological King Minos of the Minoans. Now, forward to the 6th century BCE, we have a mapmaker, geographer by the name of Anaximander, a Greek mapmaker, and he produced this, and he's the first person in history to use the word Europa, Europe, to refer to a landmass. Now, back then, they believed there was only 3 main landmasses: Asia, Libya, which is Africa, and Europe, Europa. Now, his successor was a Greek known as Hecataeus, and he took that earlier map and refined it and made it a little bit better. And he again used the word Europa to describe the land north of the Mediterranean, alongside the other 2 main landmasses, Asia and Libya. And then in the 5th century, we have Herodotus, the father of history. And in his book, The Histories, he again talks about the 3 main landmasses, of which he names Europa, Europe, the land north of the Mediterranean. Then the Romans conquered Europe, and they adopted the word Europa to describe the lands to the north. And by the Renaissance time, 16th, 15th century, the name Europe was used to describe the continent by pretty much everyone in Western Europe. That was the name of this land. So it goes all the way back to the mythology from ancient Greek, 2,800 years ago, and it just evolved over time. Now, how do those 2 geographers come to use the name Europa, Europe, to describe that? Well, the Princess Europa, the Phoenician princess, was taken from the east and brought to the west. And so many believe that because she was brought to the west, that they sort of named that part maybe after her.